Good afternoon to you. Rich Johnson here in the Forecast Center here at the Weather Channel. We are following our first major storm of the new year, and it didn't take any time at all to get started. Yesterday, the storm formed and dumped quite a bit of snow through the Rockies. Today, it's making its turn through the plains and actually now bringing snow all the way over to the East Coast. And really, tomorrow, that is where the brunt of the snow will fall. Checking some of the totals of the snow in just a minute. First of all, let's show you some of the scenes from Texas. At Abilene, yesterday, Eureka Springs reporting about a foot of snow. So northwestern and also north central Arkansas seeing a very heavy snow. Our satellite photograph looks like this. The storm itself still somewhat disorganized. We have a low pressure area working through the Tennessee Valley. It is going to jump the Appalachian Mountains and head over to the Delaware, Maryland coast. You can see where that low is now. In the Tennessee Valley, south of this low pressure area, we have severe thunderstorms, and in fact, until later this afternoon. Latest radar of the Midwest showing the snow that is coming down, the rain snow line essentially right along the Ohio River. South of that, we are talking about cold rain. Some closer views of radar taking you into St. Louis. Something of a break, but overall still moderate snow falling. We're looking at a total of 6 to 12 inches possible. Latest check around 5 or 6 inches around St. Louis. Heavy snow likely to continue around and through central Illinois to central Indiana. Additional radars showing that snow across Ohio into the northeast. In fact, around New York City, now changing over to some snow, even starting to snow at JFK. We'll have to watch that very closely because we do believe that the colder air is coming in through the Hudson Valley, and up to 6 inches is now possible in the suburbs of New York. So we'll have to watch this trend of colder air coming into New York City. We may be looking at some additional snow, especially in the suburbs. I'll toss it to Dennis Smith in the studio, who has a look at the rest of this snowy and stormy forecast.
It certainly is, Rich. What a very colorful map we have today on just the second day of a new year. Keeping us busy. We're getting the boss worried about all the time we're putting in for this, but we got to cover it the way we see it, don't we? More rain, more thunderstorms in the southeast United States. Looks like anywhere from Tennessee to Florida. Be on your guard. There may be some severe weather here. We'll detail that action. And as Rich pointed out, the snow from the plains of Kansas all the way into Boston. Let's see. Central Park reporting snow. LaGuardia has been reporting snow and holding about 32 degrees for the last several hours. And also, as Rich pointed out, that rain is mixing with snow at JFK. It was all rain in 37 last hour, 35 now. Dropped a couple of degrees. Some of that may start to accumulate as well inland, in town a little bit. More snow back in the Rockies, some dense fog as well. This is the main culprit. This is a storm we're going to keep a very close eye on for the next couple of days. Low pressure, and our first low pressure is in the southern United States, and it's a very active one. We've had anything from severe weather in the area to a little bit of tornado activity, especially yesterday around Melbourne. There was a weak tornado and some wind damage also between Melbourne and Daytona Beach. Well, some showers in the area right now. We have a severe thunderstorm warning at this point in Volusia County, a big one just south of Daytona Beach,
and a tornado watch or two, as we'll show you in a minute, up toward parts of Georgia. The warm front just south of Atlanta, very steamy air south and west of that, and we've had some very strong thunderstorms just about up to that warm front, just south of Atlanta, moving on in the direction of Macon and Columbus, Georgia. And with a cool front now approaching Georgia from Alabama, another line of thunder showers. So with snow to the north, we also have a tropical situation to the south and summer-like thunderstorms, actually. Some light snow still going on in Tulsa, where there's close to an inch of snow in the grassy surfaces. Fayetteville, Arkansas, getting clobbered with heavy snow, 8-9 inches, and then on into Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri, the St. Louis area up to 6 inches, and on into Centralia, Illinois, and also Carbondale, Illinois, and the area right around Indianapolis getting heavy snow at times. So we're seeing plenty of that moving on into Ohio, and then further on northward, which we'll show you in just a minute. But first, the severe weather showing quite an extravagant array of precipitation, and we're seeing that we have snow that started in the Rockies, moved on out into Kansas and Oklahoma, and it's still snowing in that vicinity and getting heavy. Indiana and Ohio and parts of Pennsylvania, downstate New York, the Catskills, and on into New England, even New York City getting a piece of snow right now, and more snow beginning to come on from the north. In fact, the snow history showing that from Sunday through this morning, over a foot, Montana, parts of Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, and New Mexico, and then going to a foot in Missouri, too. And that storm history continues on into the northeast, where 1 to 3 inches is already in place in much of the northeast. And there you have it. Any rain early changed to snow in New York City, even down to JFK Airport, a wet fall of snow. Some of the heavier snows in northern New Jersey, the Connecticut coastline. Let's take a look at a radar right now, and we'll see that that's advancing toward Boston and Providence. Snow is accumulating to the effect of several inches. And back west of the Delaware River, it's letting up a little bit. Maybe a little freezing precipitation in southern Pennsylvania, but for the most part, we're seeing a resurgence coming into West Virginia, and that's going to move toward the east coast, too. We also have some warnings on the map. Let's take a look and see what we have in terms of coastal flood watches. From Sandy Hook down to the, down to Fenwick Island, we've got ourselves some coastal flood watches. It doesn't look like a serious situation right now, but over a foot of snow, this is serious. Back on into the Cleveland area and also south of Peoria, Illinois. Now, a foot not far from New York City, just inland about 30 miles or so up the Hudson, parts of Connecticut, you could very well get a foot of snow. Low is going to move into the Appalachians, then probably redevelop during the day tomorrow east of New Jersey and south of Long Island, dragging in, and that snow sticks around for a while into tomorrow.